All right, good day, guys. Welcome to today's class. How have you been? How have you been practicing? I hope you're applying the knowledge. All right, so quick one. I want to go straight to what we've done so far over the past few weeks that you've not heard anything from me and the team. Uh, we've been going through your articles, a lot of articles here, a lot of articles to review. You know, several, so we had to divide the work and then scored each of you. You can see our metrics for scoring. We looked at the plagiarism score. Want to make sure that your score is your writing is plagiarism free, right? A lot of people did well, up to 10 for their plagiarism score. That's wonderful. We also looked at the heading distribution. We gave a maximum of 10 marks for that. I believe I said you should have a minimum of 6 heading 2 in your articles. So a lot of you did well. You can see somebody getting 9 already. All right, so a lot of you did well. And then the quality of the article or the completeness of the article is also something we considered. So put those three together, you have a total score. So a person getting 29, that's an excellent score. It means that the writing is really, really awesome. I don't want to go to the other end. I'm not showing any names, so you can just see the score, how it is. Some of you did well, some of you tried. The thing is, for first timers, you guys did very well. All right, that's like an outstanding performance. All right, so we even went on to publish some of the articles. As you can see, we edited and published some of the articles. This article we are going to use it for the assignment I'm going to give after this class today. All right, so here are some of the things you wrote about: schools for pharmacy, kinesiology, all of these things. Okay, so all of these too, they are links, right? If you want to see the main article, see this one that you have E. There are like 7 links here, so just be careful. It's just this one that has E, that is the actual link. So it's like this because I copied the whole thing from where we have it, the dashboard where they're all published. You can see I just copied the whole thing and then deleted something. So each of these things here, they are all links to different places. So and then it's reflected here. All right, but you can remove them one by one, but ignore that. You just need this link, just this one that has E on the side. That's the one you'll be working with. So when the time comes, I'm going to explain all of that to you. But straight up, let's go to our class for today. This is what we are working on today. All right, let me present so that you can see it clearly. So it's called free traffic hacking. All right, free traffic hacking. So it's a misconception to think that because I have a well-written article, I've done a proper research, I've done everything possible to make sure my article ranks. So all I need to do now is to just fold my arms, sleep, and wait for the traffic to flow in. Please, that's a huge misconception, and it can lead many of you to depression, especially when you begin to write. You've put your effort, you've done your keyword research and everything that needs to be done, only to publish your article and you don't get any traffic. Let me give you an analogy, and this will explain it better to you. Let's say you are starting a business. All right, let me use a very common business. Okay, let's say you sell akara. You have this wonderful idea. You know how to make akara, very sweet and wonderful akara. All right, but the thing is, your skills and everything, the time you take to pick the beans, remove the stones, remove the covers, the coating, and then make grinding the beans, adding all of the ingredients, then frying the akara and making it ready. You did all of that, but then all the akara that you fried that day, you just put it in a container and you kept it in your house, right there in your bedroom where you made everything, or in your kitchen rather. Do you think you're going to make any sales? Of course not. Probably a few of the akara will get missing because you have family members who know that you can make akara. They'll come to the kitchen and take 1 or 2 and eat. Yes, the quantity will reduce. That means there's consumption. All right, the same way you want people to consume your content online, so there's consumption, but not as much consumption as you prepared for. You made a lot of akara and you expect it to reach a lot of people, but now it's just there in your kitchen. Only people who find their way into the kitchen will eat the akara. So it's the same thing with your content, all right? When you write a well-written article and publish on the internet, Google does not immediately make the article public to everyone. Right? So there's something called indexing. Indexing is Google trying to arrange your article to file it into a library, or add it to the library of content that already exists on the internet. Right? So whether they bring you to the top first 10 results, or maybe the first 100,000 results, will depend on the quality of your article, all right, and a lot of other signals. So how Google judge this thing is that they look at your content and they be like, this content, is it gaining signals? All right, if it's gaining enough signals, then they want to move it to the top. But if it's not getting enough signals, they just leave it right there. So let's go back to our akara. Now, after frying your akara and you want to sell and make money off this akara, what do? You take it out. And that's why you have akara women staying in very busy streets, busy corners of the street. That's where you find them, because there are a lot of people passing through that street. And definitely when a lot of people pass through, they may stop by to buy. As a result, the quantity of akara that was fried and prepared may be sold out before the end of the day. And that's exactly what we want to do. We want to also take our content to a place where a lot of people are passing by, so that eventually those who are interested in our content will click on it and then move over to our website to read the content. I hope this makes sense. All right, so I want to go to the next page. All right, that's just a brief introduction. Now, I just did this because I feel it's going to help you as a content writer to declutter, right? Because you know that only 20% of what you do, 20% of what you do produces 80% of the result. That's the 80-20 rule, right? All right, so for you as a content writer, this should just be the only thing that you're thinking about. Keyword research, writing the article, editing the article and adding images if necessary, and then publishing the article, then sharing. So this is your flowchart. That's your job. So that whenever you're assigned a topic to work upon, you just know exactly what to do. So you don't be like, which image should I add before going to do keyword research? Always follow this sequence and you will do very great. Now, this is just like a recap of everything we've done, but it will do you well. It will do you a lot of good if you just follow through and take notes. So the first thing is keyword research. As a content writer, you want to use all of the keyword tools that we've mentioned. Whichever you find easy that you can use, fantastic. You can use Ubersuggest, you can use Moz, you can use SEMrush, you can use Google keyword, those suggested keywords around Google, from what people also ask to the LSI keywords at the bottom of your page. Those related questions they ask at the bottom of your search result. Those are keywords that you can probably write about. Right? So after a thorough keyword research, if you still don't understand how to do a thorough keyword research, you might want to refer to our other articles about our other videos about keyword research. I think that's like the first class or the second class or so. All right. Now, once you're done with your keyword research, you want to go over to write the article. You can use Google Docs, all right? But if you have access to WordPress, you want to write directly on WordPress, that's okay. But I prefer writing with Google Docs. I don't care the kind of writing, whether I'm writing an email, newsletter, or I'm writing a blog post, or I'm writing any kind of writing. As long as it involves writing, the first thing I go to is Google Docs, because of the flexibility. Google Docs allows you to work on multiple devices at the same time, and it allows you to give more than one person access to the document, and you have more than one person editing the document simultaneously. That's some of the advantages. All right, and the fact that it saves your work automatically, it does not occupy your device space because it's saved in the cloud. Google gives you around 15 gig space in the cloud to save your files, and there are a lot of benefits. I don't want to start promoting Google Docs, but please use Google Docs, because this is a digital age. You want to be very, very fluid and flexible, so that even if your phone battery goes down, you can use your friend's phone, log in your email, and then you access your document. It's that easy, right? So Google Docs is like my go-to. If you have WordPress, access to WordPress, that's also good. But I never write on WordPress. I only edit. Like after I'm done writing with Google Docs, I transfer the documents to WordPress and then edit there. So now that leads us to the next step in our flowchart, which is editing and adding images. All right. So the only editing tool I use basically, right, to guide my editing is the Yoast SEO plugin that I have. So as an alternative, I suggested using the Hemingway app. All right, it's an online tool that you can use. You know, it's just like Yoast SEO. All right, and then it will help you to analyze your contents to know whether you are, to help you look at the readability, the passive and active words, the transition words, the use of transition words, and every other important thing, how easy it is for people to read your article. You can check all of those readability score using Yoast SEO on WordPress. This is a plugin for WordPress, or you use that Hemingway app. Now, if you are using Google Docs, I know I've come across something SEMrush. I can't remember exactly, all right, but there is an add-on, because Google Docs, since it's online, you can add other things, like other add-ons, all right, that helps you to work well with Google Docs. So it's an add-on from SEMrush that helps you to analyze your content. Okay, you may want to look for that. Just do your research, look for that add-on from SEMrush. It will give you score. It will tell you, oh, this word and this word, this is the number of times you are using this keyword. I guess this should be like, it shows you the number of times you've used your keyword. It shows you sentences, passive and active, and then transition words, all of those things. It will show you that. So it's an add-on for Google Docs, and it begins to show you your results on the side panel, around the right hand panel, right? So for images, you want to use free images that are plagiarism free. You don't want to get yourself involved with something dicey. All right, the internet is very, very large, and there are internet laws. So somebody can decide to indict you, because you use an image that is not yours. So you want to avoid plagiarism by all means. These guys on the internet, they don't take it lightly. All right, I've heard the story of a lady who used somebody else's work. This somebody, okay, the lady, a friend of mine, all right, is working for the lady. So the lady told the girl, look, make sure you don't use any image online, because she has been fined before. She was fined, I don't know, is that $1,500, $2,500 for using somebody else's image. So she just closed the website and everything. So you don't want to be fined. So you use free images. And where do you get free images from? There are tons of websites. There is Pixabay, there is Unsplash, there is Pexels, there is PicWizard, there is FreePic, there is Flickr, there is Pix here, PX, like PX here, HERE, alright? There's pxhere.com. All of these websites will give you free images, tons of images. You just need to know the exact keyword to use. There is also Wikicommons. Alright, so Wikicommons is the image, the image library of Wikipedia, right? Image library of Wikipedia, that's Wikicommons. So they have tons of images there. If you just go to wikicommons.com, or is it commons.wikipedia.com, I've forgotten the exact link, you're able to search for images, and those images are just free for you to use. They don't have any license attached to it. Now, once you get a quality image, add it to your article. The next thing is to publish, right? Part of the editing, I told you, you're looking at the passive words and active words. You're looking at transition words. You're looking at the readability. You want to make it very easy for your readers to read, all right? And now you add your image, then you click on publish. After publishing, please don't go and sleep. Don't go and sleep and expect. Remember the story of the Akara woman, right? You don't want to be like the Akara lady that just makes her very tasty Akara and keeps it in her kitchen. No, you want to take it to a very busy corner of the street where people will see you. Now, this is for you who does not have the budget. For people who have the budget, right? when I started, let me give you a bit of my story. When I started in 2017, the only place I know about was Facebook. Alright, so I just write my article, I go on Facebook and then share it there. I'm going to show you some of the pages. Alright, I share my articles on Facebook, just put it out there. People were reading or like, oh wow, wonderful. I was getting clicks here and there. Alright, so that's what you want to also do. You don't want to just write and keep. Google will not find you that way. Google uses social signals. So a lot of these social signals will help Google be like, oh, I think people like this content. They are sharing it on Facebook. It's making round on Twitter, LinkedIn also, Pinterest, email lists, Quora, right? A lot of these places, people just Google wants to see all of those signals, and when they see those signals, they want to recommend your article more often. So they keep bringing it to the top, until it gets to the top 10, and eventually you get tons of free traffic that way. So Facebook used to be like the best. It's still like one of my favorites, right? For newbies, it's still like one of my favorite because you have like 2 billion people on Facebook. And then I'm going to give you all of the hacks for Facebook. Twitter is there. Twitter has clickable links. You will notice that I don't include Instagram, because Instagram, I can't be telling somebody go to bio and all of that. And because it's a blog and not a static website, all right, a blog, your link change every time, all right? It changes every time. So you cannot be going to your Instagram bio to change your link for every new blog post, right? But if you have that time, good and fine. You can still use that if you have a lot of people following you on Instagram. So you can still add your link in bio and keep changing it. Or you use a link 3. All right, link 3, put some of your top pillar posts in your bio, so people just click and just see the top content you have there and then go to your website. Apart from that, Facebook, top notch. Twitter, LinkedIn has clickable links. Pinterest is if you have images in your content, like a flow chart and infographics that is worth sharing, right? Or image, first-hand images that you took, or any design whatsoever, as long as it's an image or video, you can use Pinterest. It's a good place, to drive traffic from. You want to use an email list. If you have an active email list, you can share your content with them, and then they come from the email to your content. So my focus today will be on Facebook and Quora. Quora is a question and answer platform. That's what I look at it like. Tons of people asking questions in form of a forum. All right, you just go there, provide answers, drop your link, and people click and then come back to your website. So Facebook and Quora, that's our 2 top choices. I wonder why the Quora is at the bottom, but whatever. Okay, it's open brackets Facebook, close brackets Quora. I hope you get the point there. Okay, so we are done with this. Let's get into practicals. All right, first let me show you my Facebook, right? So when I started, I joined a lot of groups. So my blog is an agricultural blog. I write about agriculture. It's just a hobby, all right? I love agriculture, snail farming, livestock farming. I just like to see animals and plants grow. It just fascinates me how you put a seed of corn in the ground, and after like 3 months, you have a whole cob of corn with hundreds of seeds that you can replant. It has this multiplier effect, and it just excites me, right? So that's my interest in agriculture. You can see I have a lot of agriculture groups here, all right? Agriculture Technology of Nigeria, Zimbabwe, small scale farmer. You can imagine I'm joining a group in Zimbabwe because this thing is universal, all right? So you have crayfish and stockfish distributor. You have Money Africa is just a different group. You have catfish farming in Nigeria. Alright, so these are tons of groups that I joined. Now imagine you want to start your own blog, and you and then you are in a niche. You just go on Facebook, look for groups in that your niche, and then join. If it's about job, you join as many job groups as possible, and then what you do, you provide value with your content. Alright, I can't begin to find. It's been long I did all of this. Alright, it's been so long since I posted on any group, so I can't remember a particular group where I can just find maybe one of my posts, but you want to share or add share value in the group, whatever group you find yourself in, make sure you are sharing value. You're not just there to just drop a link and spam the group. Make sure you share something valuable so that people can, after reading, they can come to your website. All right, let's say I want to write about snail farming. I want to post something in this snail farming group, right? Let's say it's a snail housing, how to keep snails. Okay, so what I would do is to make a list of the different structures that you can make to house your snails, and then put it just a summary, right? A summarized list, complete list. You don't want to hold back anything. And then you can come to the bottom and say, if you want to learn more about how to do this, click here. And that's it. You've given them a list, and then you're telling them how to maybe construct each of them. If that's what you've explained in your article, good and fine. You can send them over. All right, and that will drive traffic to you. Now, this is for Facebook. The next one I want to show you is Quora. All right, so Quora is like, I discovered Quora in 2019. You can see my Quora account. You can see I used to be very active on Quora then. It's not like very active, right? I used it in 2019. You can see March, September. I think it was September/November 2019 that I used it the most. All right, so you can see how much traffic I got from Quora. 6.1k views from Quora, like a content I published on Quora. Let me click on this content so you see. All right, what do newborn snails look like? How are they cared for? This is just a question on Quora, and you can also find questions on Quora. Just as long as you just log into Quora, what you do is click on this search Quora. All right, let's say my website is about agriculture. I maybe I've written an article about snail farming. I can just search for snail farming here. All right, so once I search for snail farming, they are going to bring a lot of questions related to snail farming. You can see, how is a snail farm started? This is 6 years ago. You want to look at something that is recent also, and then you want to also look at something that has a lot of traffic, a lot of people answering, trying to provide answers there. All right, so are snails farmed? Is snail farming profitable? How lucrative is snail farming in Nigeria? This is 2 years ago. All right, what is snail farming? This is 3 years. These are people, answering questions. I believe this guy, this is a Nigerian. I can bet that he added his own link. Okay, he didn't. He just provided value. Now you can see I did. The snail farming business is a highly lucrative business in Nigeria because, number one, Nigeria has diverse ethnic groups and blah blah blah. Number two, Nigeria has major joints, especially from the north central to the entire south, that calls for more and more snails every day. This is enough value. This person is providing. You can, something like this content like this, as small as it is, you can just copy it the same way it is. Maybe you recreate your own version. Sorry, don't copy. That's the wrong use. So you recreate your own version for your own content. All right, and then provide value like this, and then add your link at the bottom. Now look at this guy's post 2 years ago, 1.5k views. Can you imagine? All right, and it has one upvote, 1.5k views. Now, out of 1,500 people who has viewed this post, even if we go for like 10% of the number visiting his website, that's 150 people visiting his website. Adebin, he has a link here. All right, if 1,500 people find this fascinating, they can click on to his website. Now look at this one too. Okay, see this person, all right? This person added a link. This link is to Dhaka Tribune. Look at it at the bottom here. Okay, see itself, dhakatribune.com. So this person has a website, dhakatribune.com. So this content alone has gotten 588 views. Even if 10% of the people go on to click on this link, that's like over 55 clicks. And by that, you're sending signals to Google. It's the same thing for all of them, right? Okay, this one is just 45. This one too is 568. Now, all of these things are questions, right? So if I were you, okay, something like this guy, this question here, all right, I click on the question. I want to see it in full. How many people have answered? All right, so it's just him who has answered, who has provided answer. Okay, here's another person. This is another answer. Okay, how do I start a snake farm. Okay, no. So it's just one answer here in this, under this article. So what do you want to do? You may want to answer this question too, because if 1,500 people are viewing this one answer, then imagine me adding my own. And that's why the age too is also important. I look at a more recent age. If this age is less than 1 year, then fine for me. I'll just come here and provide answer to that same question. So we have two answers there, so that if 1,500 people view the first answer, probably I write something more valuable. In fact, that should be your goal. You want to always write something more valuable, better than what is already there, better than all the answers. You may find some content that has more than 10 answers already, but you want to make sure that after reading all the 10, your own value is better, like it's just the best. People will go on to read all the answers provided there, because of course that's why they are here. How lucrative is snake farming in Nigeria? By the time they start reading, oh, this answer is interesting, let me look at the next answer. They will keep reading and then get to your own. So when they get to your own, they look, oh, this guy has provided wonderful value, let me click and go to his website. And by that, you just get a new click for your website. And that's just how to just get traffic. This is free traffic for you. You can just spend 10 minutes a day to share one article to on Quora. You can answer as many questions as possible. How lucrative is snake farming in Nigeria? You can look for another a keyword. All right, let's do something from school. What is the best school for let me say for medicine, or let me say what is the best medical school, okay, in Canada, for instance. Let's say we've written an article about best medical school in Canada. All right, we'll come here, look at what is the best university in Canada to study medicine. This is somebody asking this question 6 years ago. 1,400 views. Okay, this is 5 years, 3 years, 2 years. All right. You want to check by time. Let's say past year. We can use this past year to filter the content. So see, this one is just September 3. All right. What are some of the best medical schools in Canada for American students? Okay, this one just has 7. All right, this one has 308. What are some of the best medical schools in Canada for an MD or DO? So for this one, August started with 308 views. You too, you can just click on it. Once you click on this, maybe open a new tab, or if you click on it to open in a new tab automatically, then you see, all right, you see the answer that has been provided here. Just this answer, all right. No other person has provided answer. Okay, so this is just the answer. You just go on, click, answer the question too. If 308 persons have viewed this just from August 31st to date, imagine how many more people will view it over a longer period of time. So you just click, provide answer, and you're done. And that's just it, guys. Just answer as many questions as possible. You can use that one link. You can go to let's say this is our list. All right, you click here, open this one with an E. All right, you just click on it, open it. This is like your assignment already that I'm doing. All right, so if I assign you a topic and tell you, okay, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for you to share on Quora, you just click here, you click on the link, open it in a new tab, then you read the article, you find the value that you can extract from the article. All right, and then look at all of these questions you're seeing here. You can decide to go and look for this same question on Quora, and when you find the question on Quora, all right, like, can a dentist be called a doctor? You can come here and search for the same thing. Can a dentist be called a doctor? You will find something similar. Then you look, okay, can a primary doctor call you in for penal? Just look at dentists, medical doctors. So this is the question you're looking for. You want to check, you can see 5,900 people are looking for just that, and this is just a subset of your article. You can imagine that it's just one section in your entire article. Now you go to that section, read it, and you may want to also go to Google, read what other people have written, so that you make a meaningful contribution to just that one content. All right, so you click at dentist doctors. Let me close this other pages. So you look at that, then you just provide your answer to it. All right, so see this person 126, this one is 126 upvotes, rather 37,000. Imagine that 37,100 people just viewed this. Can dentists be called doctors? Just this answer, 37,000. Imagine 10% of these people coming to your website. That's over 3,700 clicks. All right, so this is what we are going to do for the content that we've published so far. We've published over 200, 400. There are tons of articles we've published, over 400 articles. All right, and we're still publishing. So I'm going to assign each of you these topics, maybe 5 maybe 5 and then your assignment will be to share. All right, go on Quora, just Quora. You can go on Facebook too if you have a Facebook group that is related to education or what you want to share. Go on Quora, pick the link, just click on this, any of this part, then you copy the link. All right, I'll make it accessible to you. Just copy the link. When you copy the link, the next thing you want to do is to go on Quora. You already know the article. You click, all right, you copy this link because that's the link you will share. Then you click on it. All right, probably you can click on it first, whichever way you want to do it. Click on it first to open the article so you can read through it. Then you click on the search bar. Oh, my battery is low. Click on the search bar and then copy the content. When you're done, you read, you look at maybe the table of content, look at the value that you can share on Quora. Then you go on Quora, search for your search for the question. All right, then look for the one that has the highest traffic in the past year. Look at just in the last 1 year. Look for the one that has great traffic, and then you submit there. So let's say you submit or you answer 5 questions. Let's make it 5 questions for each link sent to you, and that will be like your assignment totally. So when you're done, you just bring the link, you copy the link. Let's say I answered where is the direct question? Okay, I answered this question. When I'm done answering the question, you just come to the top here and just copy the link to that page, and then you go next to it and then paste here. All right, so you just paste the link. All right, or you can use a document, paste the list of all the answers you provided, 5 of it for each. So if you are writing about NYU, you have 5 links. If you are doing MIT, you have 5 links from Quora. Top schools for makeup, 5 links for Quora. And that's just it, and that's your assignment. And then I wish you guys good luck. All right, so when you're done with that, we'll also score you on based on that, add it to the initial scores that we have before, and then you will have a final result pending if there is any more thing that I want to share with you. There's so much more, like Google updates. There are several updates this year. I really want to discuss that with you all, but for now that will be all. If you're not clear on the question, I'm still going to share it in your WhatsApp groups, so every of you become acquainted with that. So bye for now, guys. Cheers.